How goes it, everybody? I am the world famous Fat Kid, and, well, according to my non existent watch, it's been a bit. Things always get busy over the summer, job, kids, family, but kids are back in school, so I'm going to get started again. This video is going to cover my predictions for the entire season. Each team, each division winner, each conference winner. Like, I am going to go from week 1 to the Super Bowl. Hopefully it's not going to take that long. I had a whole spiel that I'll get into next year, hopefully. But this I'm going to try to just bang out kind of relatively quick. So we're going to start with the AFC West, of course, because that's my division, seeing as I'm a Raiders fan. So, Raiders finished second in the AFC West, 8-9 last year. Tied for 20th overall offense, but the number 9 ranked defense. They improved in the second half of the season once they got rid of Josh McDipshit, and I am giving every team best case scenario ish, because there are some teams that have no hope, in my opinion. So right here I am saying Raiders are going to go 12-5. Now, that's if the defense plays like they did second half, and the offense with Gardner Minshew as the starting quarterback can actually produce better than 20th. If they have a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense, I think they could win 12 games. Now, I have tempered it a bit. They have a floor of 9-8. I still think they'll get a winning record, but I'm hopeful that the defense can actually achieve and produce, and the offense can kind of keep up. Next, we're going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers. They were last in the AFC West, big number 4, 5-12 overall, number 28 in offense, number 24 in defense. Not looking good. They got rid of Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Their defense, they struggled. They had a couple, good games, whatever you want to call it. Khalil Mack dominated the first game against the Raiders. Didn't really do much for the rest of the season. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Justin Herbert's coming off of an injury. He'll be ready for week 1. They just got John Harbaugh. Or was it Jim? It doesn't matter. I don't care. Jim. John's Baltimore. Either way, one of the Harbaugh boys came back from Michigan. It takes him a while to implement his team. So I'm going to say 4-13. They have the potential to get 7-10. There's going to be some coin flip type games, but I think it's going to be a rebuild year. Harbaugh's going to get rolling in year 2 or 3. We'll go with Denver next. 8-9, tied for 20th overall offense, number 27th ranked defense. They did not play very well. Although they had a very good run-stopping defense and a decent-ish run game, Russell Wilson could not get the ball out of his hands because of the offensive line. He also subpar play out of his wide receivers, out of himself. There you go. They've gotten rid of, I believe it was Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. I don't know who's going to throw the ball. I think it's not Drake May. Bo Nix. It's Bo Nix. I don't trust rookie quarterbacks, but whatever. Denver, I'm going to say 4-13. It's not going to look very good for them. Maybe 4-13 or 3-14. It's not looking good. Next, we have the 2-time defending got the Chiefs. Number 1 in the West, 11-6. Number 7 overall offense. which tied for 5th, but, whatever. Number 2 defense, only behind Baltimore. And they even had a down year last year. Whatever. I see them going 13-4. The division isn't going to be a problem. They're going to go 5-1, at worst 4-2, and then they're going to run through the rest of the division, or the rest of the conference, the rest of their games, I should say. Chiefs are definitely going to win the division until somebody can knock them off the podium. Chiefs are going to win the division. There's a small chance, but I doubt it. So, yeah, there you go. There's the West. NFC West now, because why not? San Francisco started off leading the division, number 1, 12-5, number 4 overall offense, of course, tied for 2nd technically, but with guys like Kittle, McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, Purdy, you can argue with me if you want, that's fine, I don't care. And then they had the number 3 ranked defense overall. Yeah, that's a pretty good recipe for success. Ayuk is the only question mark, really. They've brought a lot of the defense back. They've brought, everybody on the offense was under contract except for Ayuk. I see them matching last year at 13-4. They have the potential to go even better. 2 games, 15-2. But I see them matching last year, 13-4, winning the West again. Next, we'll go Seattle. They finished 3rd with a 9-8, 17th overall offense, tied for 13th, but they struggled defensively, number 25. I don't really think they got any better. I don't think that they're going to get much worse. They're going to choke if it comes down to it, and they're going to miss the playoffs. But I see them at 8-9. If a couple games fall their way, a couple tough ones, I see them potentially being 10-7. But I am going off of my initial gut, which is 8-9. Same goes for the Rams. 10-7. They actually made the playoffs last year. Right? Checking notes. Yeah, they made the wild card. See, stop doubting yourself, dingus. All right, so number 11 overall offense, Puka Nacua. I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but he balled out hard, waiting for Cooper Kupp to come back. Stafford coming back. They've had a year getting to know each other. I think the offense is still going to be pretty good. Defense, Aaron Donald retired. I don't see much going well for them. I mean, number 19th overall defense. They're going to have a big drop, though. The offense is still going to produce, but that defense raises big questions for me. I'm saying 7-10. There we go. I'm just going to give you the gut, 7-10. Arizona finished last in the West. 4-13. 29th overall offense. 31st ranked defense. Nothing went well for them. Nothing. Kyler Murray came back late after Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut, played well for a few weeks and then just disappeared. I don't know. I don't know. They're not good. I don't see things going better for them. I really don't. So, with that, we're just going to put the kibosh on it. They're going 6-11. Actually, that is better. What am I talking about? They're going to improve by 2 games because as long as Kyler Murray stays healthy, of course, as long as all the starters stay healthy, for every team, this is what I'm thinking. Because Kyler Murray will give them 2 games. James Conner, he'll be decent. But, I mean, they have, who is it? Trey McBride, the tight end. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. now. The offense should be okay. It's going to be better than 29th overall. I'll say that. Next, moving on to the AFC North. It is. Let's see here. Last year was the most competitive division. I believe this year it's going to be the most competitive division, top to bottom. Again, any team in the division has a chance to make the playoffs. I believe Baltimore is going to win it. They haven't shown enough lacking to say, oh, they've missed a step. But they got Derrick Henry. They lost Patrick Queen to the Steelers, but I think that was the biggest piece. I could be wrong. I don't follow it like, oh, every little news and note. No, I don't. But they got the king, which number 1 overall offense, number 1 overall defense, and you got King Henry. Now, here's the thing. I don't think they're going to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. But they will be the number 1 team in their division. They're going to the playoffs, of course. I got them at 13-4. Tough division to play in. They're all playoff teams, potentially. So, we got Cincinnati next. They finished last year in the division. Joe Burrow was hurt a little bit. They could not get it going together. But, with that being said, tied for 13th overall offense, number 21 ranked defense. That's where they're really going to have to pick it up. I think they will. If Burrow stays healthy, again, I got to stop saying that. They're going to be fine. They're going to be able to pick up the slack. They're going to improve. They're going to go 12-5. They're going to finish a wild card spot. I didn't say that for any other team. I got the Raiders going into the playoffs. So, whatever. Make fun of me if you want later. So, next, Pittsburgh. Finished 3rd. They did make the playoffs. Barely. 10-7. Strangest thing is number 10 overall offense with Pickett and just this dysfunctional team from the jump. Really weird. Really weird. But they were number 10 overall. Crazy. But what carried the team? Number 6 ranked defense. I have a feeling they're going to have to do it again, even though it's Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is past his prime. I don't think many people will argue with me. I hope not anyway. I see him going 10-7. They're just going to go straight across. They didn't really get bad. They didn't really get better. The defense is essentially the same. 10-7. Good enough for a playoff spot last year. Next, or last, but not least, Cleveland Browns. Finished 2nd in the division with an 11-6 record. Joe Flacco just came off of his couch and took the team to the playoffs. Kind of crazy. Number 6 overall offense, tied for 5th, and a number 14th ranked defense. I think the defense is going to be the strength, which strangely enough, that number right there, number 6, shows that the offense was the better. Whatever. The defense is going to be what they are going to have to lean on. Because Chubb's coming back from a really big injury. He may not be the same. He did it once in college. Twice. But I see him only dropping 1 game. They're going to go 10-7. I don't know if that's enough to make the playoffs. Not in my house. Nah. Okay. Next, we got the AFC or NFC North. Sorry. NFC North. So this is where you're going to make fun of me. This is where you're going to go crazy. This is where you're going to yell at me. I have the Green Bay Packers 2nd in their division, squeaking into the playoffs. 9-8. Tied for 13th overall offense. 10th overall defense. Finishing 15-2. Now, before you start screaming at me, Jordan Love looked really good second half of the season. They got rid of Aaron Jones, but they replaced him with Josh Jacobs, who Aaron Jones is the better pass catcher, but Josh Jacobs, if he can stay healthy, is a really good running back. We're going to miss him. Their defense has, 10th overall. You can't be mad about 10th overall. I would definitely take a 10th overall defense. Who wouldn't? That team has gotten better by being together. Josh Jacobs is the newest piece. I'm sure he'll slot right in. Whatever. But I have them being the number 1 team in the NFC. 15-2. Yell at me, scream at me, tell me how I'm wrong. Fine. Whatever. Next, we got Detroit. First overall in the North last year. 12-5. Number 3. Tied for second overall offense. Number 23 ranked defense. Absolutely crazy offense with Jared Goff. But Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, rookie at Iowa. Shout out. I think that offense is going to roll again. They should be top 5 again. But with that being said, I think they only improved by a game. 13-4. Yes, it's improvement, but it's not this juggernaut that they're going to be, because the defense is where it's going to be a problem, is the easiest way to say it. Next, we're going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing. Third in the division, 7-10, tied for 22nd overall offense, 13th ranked defense. They're cursed. They are absolutely cursed. That's all there is to it. They can't. So McCarthy out for the year. I guess fine. But Addison got in a it's a mess. It's a mess, and it's going to translate to the field. They're going 3-14. I don't have faith in them. Sam Darnold, he'll get you a win, and that defense didn't improve any. Granted, they were 13th overall, but they could not overcome the terrible offense that could not stay consistent. And they went through whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm going to move that 3-14. Next, Chicago Bears. 4th in the division last year, 7-10. Tied for 22nd overall offense. Number 20th defense. Number 20 defense. Caleb Williams will come out. He's going to be electrifying. Whatever. They got Keenan Allen. 6-11. I don't trust Caleb Williams. Call me a rookie hater, because I am. But I don't see Caleb dazzling and destroying defenses and blah, blah, blah. I don't see it. Keenan Allen will help. Cole Kmet, good safety blanket. Sorry, I don't see it. I'm not a believer. 6-11. All right, we're going to move on real quick to the AFC South. All right. First, we're going to start with Jacksonville. Okay, Jacksonville, you disappointed me last year. You went 9-8, tied for 13th overall offense. You didn't show it in the second half. 17th ranked defense. You got a winning record. I'll say that, but you underperformed. It was upsetting because I had you as a playoff team. I thought you were going to win the division. Then you choked it away. It's not going to get any better this year. 7-10. You have a rough schedule. Houston's really good. They've only gotten better. It's not going to go well. 7-10. There you go. Speaking of Houston, here you go. I have them winning the division. I'll just throw that out there right now. I have them number 1 in the AFC West, or in the AFC. God, stop talking. Wait, that's what I'm doing. Houston, 10-7 last year, barely squeaked into the playoffs final week of the season. Tied for 10th overall offense with a rookie quarterback, CJ Stroud, and two real young, one I believe being a rookie, if not both, wide receivers in Nico Collins and Tank Dell. Oh boy, the team has gotten better. That's all I'm going to say. Number 11 defense, D'Amico Ryans has that team singing right now. And I think it's going to carry over to this year, 14-3. I don't see where they got worse. They got Stephon Diggs. I believe they picked up a running back. I don't remember who it is. Sorry. I'm not a real football fan because I don't know where everybody went. Okay. Yeah, they're going to be the number 1 seed. Or, sorry, the number 2 seed. What am I? See, I'm just talking at this point. We'll get to that. The number 2 seed. See? Crazy. We're just going to move on. Indianapolis Colts. Number 3 last year, 9-8. Gardner Minshew played really well for him. Anthony Richardson played fantastic for like the 5 quarters he played. God, he should stay healthy because he was really good. Tied for 13th overall offense. 18th technically, but whatever. But their defense, 28. That's not going to win you very many games. They got them in a winning record, strangely enough. But that's also because of their kind of terrible division. They went 3-3, and I mean that's still got them 6-5 the rest of the. I don't know. The Colts are weird, but I see them regressing. I don't think Anthony Richardson will stay healthy. I'm even saying they will stay healthy. That defense is atrocious. 6-11. Finally, we got the Tennessee Titans. 6-11 last year. 26th overall offense. 16th overall defense. They lost King Henry. They have Will Levis coming back for a second year. That defense is going to have to carry the team. But I don't see them getting very far. 2-15. I think every team in their division is better. Tennessee got the short end of the stick on a few of those extra games. Yeah, I don't see it. So next up, we're gonna go with the AFC or NFC South. Flip my page. Okay, we're gonna start with the Saints. Finished second overall. I thought they were gonna be a playoff team. They lied to me. So, yeah, I'm not happy about it. But that's neither here nor there. Okay? They finished 9-8, tied for 13th overall offense, but number 8 defense. Great defense. And the offense was 13th. As long as everybody stays healthy, I keep saying that, even though I think Kamara's already going to miss a few games. They are in a... They're going 8-9. Atlanta got better. Tampa Bay was better than the Saints. I don't see much changing. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe Derek Carr will finally see the playoffs and actually win a game. I doubt it. But there you go. Next, we got Tampa Bay, the actual winners of the division last year. 9-8. Tied for 13th overall offense. 7th ranked defense. Baker Mayfield kind of did a show-me game. Played really well, or show-me season. Played really well. Mike Evans is coming back. I don't know of very many pieces that left. It should be roughly the same team. They've got a bit of a rough schedule. Let's see here. NFC South plays NFC East and the AFC West. Yeah, that's at least, that's at best 4-4 for essentially most of the teams. So Tampa Bay is going to go 7-10. It's going to be an ugly division. But with one team standing out, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, they got Kirk Cousins, who's better than Desmond Ridder, who's better than, I can't even remember who the other guy was. Heineke. They were 7-10 last year, tied for second, 22nd overall offense, 18th ranked defense. But I think Kirk Cousins with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson can get that to a top 15 offense and flip 3 games. And if I'm correct in my predictions, which I won't be, some teams I'll get right, most teams I'll get wrong, they will win the division. Okay, we're going to finish with Carolina. 4th in the division, last in the entire league, 2-15, 32nd ranked offense, 29th ranked defense, 2-15. They're going to match. They're going to do the same thing they have already done. Carolina's bad, and they should feel bad. Okay? Okay. Next, we're going to go the AFC East. We're going to start with Buffalo. Buffalo squeaking out the division win because Miami choked it away. They finished 11-6. They struggled all year and then just kind of found a way to make it happen. Tied for 5th overall offense, which Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, you know, that's going to happen. 2 really good tight ends, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid. Yeah, they're going to produce. And they even had the number 4 ranked defense. Huh. That's kind of crazy. I didn't realize they were that good on defense. It must have been second half of the season that really picked it up because that and the game against the Raiders where they gave up only like 3 points, that'll help. Anyway, Buffalo lost. Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, essentially everybody that I talked about except for the tight ends left. They're going 7-10. I don't see the offense being that good. They're going to drop out of the top 10. They're going to drop out of the top 15. Even with Josh Allen, I don't see it happening. So then we're going to go with the New York Jets. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy this year, this is the number 1 ranked, number 1 team in the AFC. In my opinion, if Rodgers can stay healthy. They've got a solid defense. They've got some playmakers on offense. Breece Hall, whatever. I mean, I just blanked on his Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver. You know, they've got Sauce Gardner. Like, they have a solid defense, and they have potential to be a really good offense. We'll see what happens. They finished 3rd in the division, 7-10, even with a patchwork offense with Zach Wilson. Yeah. Tied for 22nd overall, number 12 ranked defense. Even with that bad offense, they won 7 games with a 12th ranked defense. I think they're going to be better. They're going to finish 14-3. Number 1 seed in the AFC. Tell me I'm crazy. Go for it. Next, Miami finishing 2nd in the division, got a playoff spot, went 11-6. Tied with Buffalo, 5th overall, and a few other teams for offense. But their defense, 22nd. Miami has the playmakers. We all know about it. Hill, Waddle, A-Chain, Mostert, Tua. They have the playmakers. The defense, that's where they struggle. They're going to go 10-7. So they're going to drop a game. They're still going to be running for the playoffs. I don't think they make it. Well, no, they do. They're the number 7. I have them as the number 7. Whatever. Then we finish off with New England Patriots. Finished last. They were 4-13. Tied for 29th overall offense. 15th ranked defense. Drake May. Woo, excuse me. They drafted Drake May. Okay. They changed to Gerard Mayo instead of Belichick. Okay. I think it's going to take a year or two for Gerard Mayo to start turning the team. I see him at 4-13. I don't see that they improved, but maybe I'll be wrong. So we're going to finish with the NFC East. Philadelphia Eagles made the playoffs, finishing 2nd in the division, 11-6. Tied for 5th overall offense. They were good. 30th ranked defense. That's not so good. So, they lost Jason Kelsey. Or Kels, if you want to, whatever. Go away. I believe, they got Saquon Barkley. They got rid of Swift, I believe. But again, Barkley at running back, you're all right. I think it's a lateral move. They're going to go 11-6. They're going to end up in the playoffs. They're not going to win the division. That's going to go to the Cowboys. But I think they're going to be competitive. They're going to win some games. But that defense is going to be a problem. Okay, we're going to go with Washington Commanders. They finished dead last in their division. 4-13. 29th offense. Last. 32nd defense. They've improved a little bit. Jaden Daniels is going to be their quarterback. Rookie quarterback. I don't trust him. But they got Austin Eckler. Pass-catching running back. Kind of a do-it-all kind of guy. I don't think that's enough to actually put them way ahead of where they were. 4-13. I got them 6-11. 2-game swing. Then we go the the New York Giants. 6-11. 3rd in the division. Tied for 26th offense. That's not going to cut it. 26th defense. That's not going to cut it. They didn't get any better. They got rid of Barkley. Daniel Jones is coming back. 4-13. I can't really say much about him. 4-13. Okay? So we're going to move to the Cowboys. They won the division last year at 12-5. 2nd overall offense. That's pretty good. Dak, Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, that other guy. What was it? No, Gallup was number 3. Who was the number 2? It doesn't matter. I hate the Cowboys. 5th ranked defense. I think they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna drop a game. They're gonna go 11-6. They got a little bit of an iffy schedule. They're gonna go 11-6. They're still gonna win the division. They're still gonna make the playoffs. There you go. That right there. That's 1-32. That's all the teams. Now, I'm going to do a little breakdown real quick of the playoffs, okay? Here we go. AFC. My number 1 seed, Jets. If all the tiebreakers were right, I am hoping that I did this right. Anyway, Jets, Houston second, Kansas City third, Baltimore fourth. They're your divisional winners. Because I believe Kansas City is going to beat Baltimore week 1. We'll get into that for the next video. Then you got your wild card. Bengals at 5, Raiders at 6, Dolphins at 7. Even with a 12-5, I think the Raiders are going to be 6 because the Bengals are going to beat them in the regular season. They're going to take the tiebreaker for 5. Now, that would mean that the wild card matchup would be Miami versus Houston. I have Houston winning that one. Then the Raiders going into Kansas City. Kansas City is going to win that. At Arrowhead in the playoffs. Then Cincinnati versus Baltimore. Baltimore wins that one. We move on to the divisional. Baltimore ends up taking on the Jets and winning. Kansas City takes on Houston. Houston beats Kansas City, setting up Baltimore-Houston in the AFC Championship game. Houston winning, going to the Super Bowl. Now, the NFC playoff picture. Green Bay number 1, San Francisco number 2, Dallas number 3, Atlanta number 4, with Detroit going 5, Philly going 6, and New Orleans squeaking in if I got the tiebreakers right. And yes, that is with a losing record. I do not respect the NFC. They're going number 7. So, wild card there. New Orleans going into San Francisco. We all know how that would go. San Francisco would waffle stomp them. I don't know if that's good or bad to say anymore. Next, Philadelphia going into Dallas. I think Dallas chokes again because they love doing that in the playoffs. Philly wins. Detroit going into Atlanta. Detroit is the better team. Fair? Fair. Divisional playoffs. Philly going into Green Bay. Green Bay just kicks the crap out of them. It's how it goes. Detroit going into San Francisco. Repeat of last year. San Francisco wins. So that brings the NFC Championship game somewhere we've been before. San Francisco, Green Bay. Green Bay cannot beat San Francisco even with Jordan Love. San Francisco wins. We got Houston versus San Francisco. I think this is the year 49ers win it. Now, I could be wrong, and I most likely will be, even though I called it last year, but nobody believes me because I didn't do a video like this. But that's my prediction. Obviously, during the season, everything will change. People will get hurt. People will do blah, 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 blah. But that's what we got. Starting next week will be my week 1 video. And then we're going into the season. So we're so close. We're so close. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you taking time to listen to me yammer about football. So with that being said, take it easy. Have a good one. Later.